I know a lot of you that are dealing with the numerous of conditions that we cover here on the J-Wall in the studio are trying to find relief. So you come here to try to see if maybe you can find some relief. You probably have already seen a doctor. You've probably have already been diagnosed with eustachian tube dysfunction, tinnitus, patulous eustachian tube disorder, TMJ. These things are keeping you awake. So I wanted to share some things that you can do that may seem basic but very effective when you are dealing with this cloudiness in the ears, congestion. You just don't feel like you can even get an hour of sleep, and most of the time you don't. So I wanted to share this video with you to let you guys know that there are things out there that are going to really help you feel better. It's going to be very minimally invasive in terms of being able to execute these things, but very, very effective. So let's go with number one. Is for me, when I had this condition, I had all these conditions. That's why I dedicated this channel strictly to all of the conditions that I talk about. I've listed them hundreds of times, but I'll do it here. Tinnitus, eustachian tube dysfunction, patulous eustachian tube disorder, and TMJ. I struggled with all four of these conditions all at the same time in a course of 3 years. There was things that I had to learn to figure out a new me, in a sense. Not something I wanted to accept, but I had to in order to get over this condition and this problem. So one of the things that helped me really go and drift off to sleep, because I know a lot of you are having problems with sleep. Unfortunately, with this condition, you need to have adequate sleep in order to combat this issue, in order to fight this problem. And one of those things was, number one, cherries. I ate cherries before bed. It really seems basic, but it was very effective. I ate them every time they were in season. Every time I didn't get my hands on them, I would go to the store and buy a big bag of organic cherries. Doesn't matter if it's black or the red cherries, but just cherries in general. Those really help me feel so much better. You're going to get some vasodilation if you're struggling with high blood pressure and you're struggling with just tension all over the body. It's going to help with some of that tension in your jaw area. I did know how effective cherries were. No one really told me about that. They're very anti-inflammatory. I used to buy cherry juice, organic cherry juice, that really helped me a lot with just easing that tension. And that is what I'm seeing that these four conditions lie on, is having so much tension in the body, so much stress. And you are probably going to hear this from your doctor. They're going to tell you to find some ways to not stress, but not really dive into some of the things that you can do that are not as evasive or troubling or a task to do every day. These are going to be things that I think will really benefit you, and it's not really extremely hard to be able to execute. But for the most part, you're going to need to be able to line yourself up into a position where you can be consistent. A lot of the times we structure habits and regimens when we are not even sure we can deliver. So you want to be sure. For example, like eating cherries is something that is not going to be hard to do every other day or every day if you possibly can. So that's something what I try to do, is I try to base my healing journey on things that I can actually deliver every day or every week, so that way I can get the best results out of healing. So just go to your local store, find some cherries. You want to make sure that they're organic. You don't want to mess with canned cherries or cherries that are at the frozen section, because they're not really always going to be the best for you. So in my humble opinion, if you could get to a farmer's market or an organic store and get yourself a nice good amount of cherries and just eat maybe a cup full of those every day before bed, you'll start to feel your body will heal. All the benefits that cherry has, it's just going to help you feel so much better. So let's hop over to number two, is eating eggs. Now, I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos with a lot of well-known professionals boasting about eggs and the benefits that eggs actually give you. Now, how you consume your eggs definitely depends on the individual. But I will tell you what I did in my own personal story, is that I would actually boil my eggs. I would boil about 6 to 8 eggs, and I'll eat 2 a day for the week, and I'll eat them throughout the day. Usually I would eat them in the morning, and when I had this condition, and I would get a little bit of a boost in the morning. But I started to read more articles and more research and started to do a little understanding, and eggs contain a certain amino acid called tryptophan, and tryptophan promotes serotonin and melatonin and the things that are going to help you drift to sleep and create that positive environment and that peaceful environment and atmosphere that we all dream of all the time. So I started incorporating eating eggs at night before bed. I didn't realize all the benefits that helped me have. When I was dealing with this condition, and I know I say that all the time, is that you have to find kind of a new norm. If you were doing something a certain way, you have to kind of adjust and do something a different way now. So just eating 1 to 2 eggs before bed really helped me drift to sleep, and not only just drift to sleep, but do it in a positive way. I actually felt like my body was healing, and all the protein that's in egg that is going to be inside the eggs, and the chemicals and the amino acids that are inside those eggs are going to really start to make you feel better. And I can tell you right now, my mood instantly changed when I incorporated eating it just 1 or 2 eggs before bed. Started feeling so much better. So try it. If you guys haven't done it yet, just try it. Make sure it's something that you're able to do. And if you have certain conditions that need to be fully addressed, of course you want to check with your doctor first. But if you are clear to go and you have a good with the exception of this condition, of course, you want to go ahead and try that, and I guarantee you'll start noticing what I did eating just a couple of eggs before bed. Number 3 is, of course, you came to the J Wellness Studio, so be aware that I'm going to talk about red light therapy, and I'm going to talk about it very often. I have my red light therapy, infrared light therapy device right here, and this device, like you've all heard about it on the J Wellness Studio and heard me talk about it on several videos, this machine really helps keep inflammation down. And like right now, it's blaring the light on me and giving me that sense of calmness. What it does also is, it being an anti-inflammatory benefit for your body, it stimulates the circulation of the blood. So for all of you who are dealing with ear-related conditions, sinus issues, even stress and anxiety, this machine is going to help with those conditions. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to put you in a better position to keep healing. Of course, you can't simply just do this machine alone. You're going to have to do other things that I named and other things that I've talked about here at the J Wellness Studio to really give yourself that maximum benefit to heal from all of the conditions, the top 4 conditions that are on this channel. I talk about these 4 conditions all the time, and that's what my channel is structured off of. And I will continue to structure my whole channel off of those 4 conditions, because I feel like that's really going to help people find the healing they need. Before, it was like every now and then I'll post a video that's unrelated to those 4 conditions, but still imperative to healing in general. So those 3 things are very light, a very light homework assignment. I think you guys will all get benefits from. Again, if you aren't sure what device to have, I'm going to link it to the description in the video here, so you'll be able to click that link, order yourself a machine. The beauty of it, it's a 30-day policy, so if you feel the machine's not working for you, you don't notice anything, some of the things I hear from people is I didn't notice a difference, and that's totally fine. Just send the machine back in, get your full money back. It's going to help you. So alrighty folks, I'm going to leave you with those 3 things to try to get rid of that condition you're dealing with. Those, hopefully not all 4 like I was dealing with, but at least try to find a way to get some relief. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll be happy to get back to you. Alrighty folks, take care. Talk to you soon.